All right, thank God for the prayers. Right now, we're going to get into our Sunday school for this morning. Amen. Our Father, God, thank you right now, Lord, for this day, Lord. Amen. Lord, actually, this morning, Lord, bless right now, Father God. Bless the service, Father God. Bless your word on today, Father God. Amen, Lord. Lord, we just give you praise for all you're doing right now, all that you're going to do, Father God. Just continue to bless us, lead us, and guide us throughout this day, be in every song, every prayer, everything to be done, Father God. Let it be up to you, Lord. And we just give you praise for all you're doing right now, all you're going to do. These things to pray. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. I think I've got a beautiful lesson on this morning. Amen. It's called, title is Leadership and Grace. Amen. It's a beautiful lesson this morning. Talking about leadership and grace. Amen. I was just studying grace this week. And some people don't know that grace, the biblical number for grace is number 5. You know, you see number 5 means grace. And the word hey is the Hebrew word for the number 5. Hey is also the 5th letter in the Hebrew alphabet. Hey. Amen. And I thank God for the grace. Thank God for His grace. I was reading that a little bit this week in a book of Psalms 119. How in the book of Psalms they give you the alphabetical letters throughout the book of Psalms. You know, in Psalms 119. Someone get that for me. We're going to read it real quick.
Psalms 119.
Yeah, Psalm 119. Before we get to the lesson. I believe the 33rd verse is hate container. Yes, hate.
It says, ask. You want me to read from the beginning?
No, go 33. Read about
Psalm 33?
the hate. That's where, because first letters I left.
Not in Psalms 119.
Psalm 119, verse 1. You see, if you get the King James version, I mean, you get King James one listen here. Don't read the other translation, because King James, they give you the alphabetical letters that goes on with it.
My Psalms 113.
119. 119.
119. It don't go, it only go to, wait, okay, bring this thing back. Okay, sorry. It showed 119, but it was still stuck on.
Okay. You see how verse 1, it says, before, it says, I left.
I thought you said go to 33.
Can you see the first verse where it says, I left? I'm trying to show you the alphabets.
Okay, Alpha.
I left. That's how you pronounce it.
Mm-hmm.
The 9th verse, you see it says Beth.
Beth.
The 17th verse says Gamel. These are all letters. These are all alphabetical letters. The 25th verse says Dalet. And today is, what we're talking about today is grace, is the 5th letter in the alphabet. It also means the 5th number in the Hebrew numeric number is Hey. It looks like the word He, but you pronounce it Hey. Hey. Amen. Pronounce it Hey. Amen. Today's our focus thought. You go ahead and read it. If you got it, you want to read it? Because it's good. Because if you really think about grace and what grace means, the 33rd verse, it kind of tells you about that. Go ahead and read for me.
It says, teach me, O Lord, the way of thy statutes, and I shall keep it until the end.
See what I'm saying? How he talks about God teaching us something. And because God teaching us, how he's going to keep it. Go ahead, continue reading.
It says, give me unto understanding, and I shall keep thy law.
Amen.
Yea, I shall observe it with my whole heart.
Yes.
Make me to go into the path of thy commandment, for therein do I delight. Incline my heart unto thy testimony, and not to thy covetousness.
Mm-hmm.
Turn away my eyes from beholding vanity,
Yes,
and quicken thou me in thy way.
Yes, Lord.
Establish thy way.
Thy word.
Establish thy word unto thy servant, who is the devoted to thy fear. Turn away my reproach, which I fear, for thy judgments are good. Behold, I have longed after thee, prospects, quicken me in thy righteousness.
Yes,
What's that word? How you say it?
Precepts.
Precepts.
But if you notice how all of it talks about God teaching, God doing, that's God's grace right there. Amen. How the grace is just, God is doing it through us. Amen. Wait, today's our focus though is godly leaders demonstrate the importance of keeping covenants and showing grace to those they lead. Amen. Our focus verse for today. And David said, is there yet any that is left of the house of Saul, that I may show him kindness for Jonathan's sake? The Message version of that says, one day David asked, is there anyone left of Saul's family? If so, I'd like to show him some kindness in honor of Jonathan. Amen. Our lesson text for today is 2 Samuel 4:4. Somebody want to read for me?
It so happened that Saul's son, Jonathan, had a son who was named in both feet. When he was 5 years old, the report on Saul and Jonathan came from Jesus.
This is the Message version. I know it's not King James.
Right.
Y'all excuse me, I put the wrong thing up there. I put King James, but it's actually the Message, right? Jezreel.
His nurse picked him up and ran, but in her hurry to get away, she fell, and the boy was maimed. His name was
Mephibosheth.
Mephibosheth.
Amen. It's a new name. I know a lot of times using his name, but it's a good person to study in the Bible as well. Amen. This is 2 Samuel 1 through 7.
One day David asked, is there anyone left of Saul's family? If so, I'd like to show him some kindness in honor of Jonathan. 2 Samuel 9:2. It happened that a servant from Saul's household named Ziba was there. They called him into David's presence. The king asked him, are you Ziba? Yes, sir, he replied. 2 Samuel 9:3. The king asked, is there anyone left from the family of Saul to whom I can show some godly kindness? Ziba told the king, yes, there is Jonathan's son lame in both feet. Where is he? 2 Samuel 9:4. Where is he? He's living at the home of Machir, son of
Amel
in Lo-Debar.
Amen.
King David didn't lose a minute. He sent and got him from the home of Machir, son of Amel in Lo-Debar. When Mephibosheth, son of Jonathan, who was the son of Saul, came before David, he bowed deeply, abasing himself, honoring David. David spoke his name. Mephibosheth. Yes, sir. Don't be frightened, said David. I'd like to do something special for you in memory of your father Jonathan.
Yes.
To begin with, I'm returning to you all the properties of your grandfather Saul. Furthermore, from now on, you'll take all your meals at my table.
It's powerful. This is a powerful lesson, y'all. Mephibosheth, he's a very powerful. If you really study it, we're going to get a lot out of this today, amen? Because he's going to carry on over into the Bible class as well. And now we're going to, this is the King James version of it. 2 Samuel 4:4. Continue reading.
And Jonathan, Saul's son, had a son that was lame of his feet. He was 5 years old with the tidings came of Saul's and Jonathan out of Jezreel. And his nurse took him up and fled. And it came to pass, as she made haste to flee, that he fell and became lame. And his name was Mephibosheth.
There you go.
And Jonathan said, is there yet any that is left of the house of Jonathan?
Saul.
Of Saul. that I may stew him kindness of Jonathan's sake. And there was the house of Saul, a servant whose name was Ziba. And when they had called him unto David, the king said unto him, Art thou Ziba? And he said, Thy servant is he. And the king said, Is there yet any of the house of Saul, that I may stew the kindness of God unto him? And Ziba said unto the king, Jonathan hath a son, which is lame in his feet. And the king said unto him, Where is he? And Ziba said unto the king, Behold, he is in the house of Machir, and the son of Amiel in Lodebar. Then the king David sent and fetched him out of the house of Machir and the son of Amiel from Lodebar. And now Mephibosheth,
You reading the matter in King James, it was your message.
the son of Jonathan, the son of Saul, was come unto David. He fell on his face and did reverence. And David said, Mephibosheth, and he
I
answered,
spoke to someone.
and he answered, Behold thy servant. And David said unto him, Fear not, for I will surely bestow thee kindness for Jonathan thy father's sake, and will restore thee all the land of Saul thy father, and thou shalt eat bread at my table continually.
Amen. All right. Before we go on to the culture connection, let's give a backlash. We've been going through this here story about David for a while. Amen. The past few lessons have been about King David, how King David, he was on the run from King Saul. I mean, before David became king, he was running for his life from Saul. Saul was hunting down, trying to kill him, and David, he was running to him for. And so happened, David, he had Saul in his hands several times. He could have killed Saul. And it came one when he came in, caught Saul sleeping. And there was a couple of Sunday school lessons back we just did this here. And he caught him sleeping in the field where he camped on. He could have killed him, but he didn't. His man was telling him to go ahead and kill him, but David didn't do it. Amen. We were just talking about this a couple of lessons a while back. But here it is, I mean, now that Saul and Jonathan are dead. You know what I'm saying? When I believe it was the Philistines came against them, and they killed Saul, and they killed Jonathan, and they was killing off everybody. And so the nurse of Mephibosheth took off to run, and she was trying to go and have the baby. And they came and killed the baby as well. And as she was running to have the baby, she dropped the baby, and the baby became lame at both his feet. And now here it is, David, he's king now, he's in charge now, and now he's looking back, he want to be a blessing to King Saul's family, he want to be a blessing to his best friend, Jonathan, so he's looking, how can I be a blessing to these two, amen? This is what we're at in the lesson today. Like I said, this is a good lesson, amen? Culture connection, spill tea. It was a long awaiting visit to her parents' home. So understandably, this young mother wanted everything to go perfectly. Her two small children were usually well behaved, and she was proud to present them to her parents. During the visit, as her little boy was sitting at the table, he insisted his tea be in a glass rather than the usual sippy cup. Against her better judgment, she gave him a glass, but only half full. So if there were an accident, it will only be half the mess. Sure enough, as he was raising the glass, it slipped from his hand and crashed to the floor. Tea went everywhere. The young mother went running toward him and yelling at the same time, "Why didn't you hold onto it? What's the matter with you? Always use two hands." The little boy began to sob as he was ranting, continued. She frantically tried to sop up the tea stains from the carpet. Suddenly, a still small voice got her attention. This reminds me of Nakia testimony. That still small voice that she was fussing at her baby. God seemed to say, "I never scold you when you dropped a glass. I only lovingly cleaned up your mess and helped She immediately stopped what she was doing, got up, and took her son in her arms. As she consoled her little one, she raised her head to heaven and thanked God for his mercy and grace. During all the time she made mistakes, she purposed in her heart from that moment forward to choose mercy over judgment when dealing with anyone in her charge. Amen. Well, that's what all we got to do. This is what the lesson is about today. The lesson is about leadership and grace. I'm trying to stay focused on this because it's so much meat in this lesson that I really could hit on, but I'm trying to say something for, like I said, we're going to go into in a Bible class later on. So I'm trying to stay focused on the grace part of the lesson, of the Sunday school lesson. Amen. Because really that's what God wants us to do. God wants us to realize that He's merciful to us, He's graceful to us. Amen. He wants to reciprocate that. Amen. He wants to reciprocate that and show mercy and grace to everybody else. Amen.
It's just like with me and DJ, he's been like a little disobedient, and I've been fussing at him. But when I think about like how I've been disciplining him, like I made him write a letter explaining like the reasoning and like the outcome of him not listening. But then also too, like as I was driving and frustrated after I dropped him off, I thought about like how I'm disobedient with God, and yet He still, He shows me mercy. But sometimes it's consequences to the decisions that we make as well.
Amen.
So it's like learning to balance, like to still put my foot down, but also show mercy at the same time, and not always. I'm trying not to be a yeller all the time with them, and learning to try to talk through with them and get them to explain like their reasoning, but with the world that we live in, I still have to be stern with them and keep what I thought, like be stern with them and keep them focused so that they don't be so quick to fall into what everybody else is doing.
Amen. Like I just said, we got to realize that God is merciful to us. It's not just with parenting, with being a leader up here. You know what I'm saying? We got to realize that God is merciful with us. We got to be merciful to other people as well. Right? Amen. We realize this is a growing way. Everybody don't grow the same. I mean, some people they grow slower than other people. Amen. Last week, I kind of jumped out last week at my wife. You know what I'm saying? Because she didn't do. She wasn't moving in the way I was expecting that we should, in protocol, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, kind of saying it in a rough way to her and everything, you know what I'm saying? But God never talks to me like that, you know what I'm saying? God never be rough with me, God never corrects me like that. He always, He corrects me though, you know what I'm saying? We need to correct each other, but we got to remember to correct each other in a loving way, amen? Sometimes I have a problem with that. I have a problem with correcting people, you know what I mean? I'll be like, I'll want God to step in and do what He I know the Holy Spirit is going to guide people. I know the Holy Spirit uses them to correct people as well. You know what I'm saying? So when God is telling you to correct somebody, you got to do that as well too. Amen. You can't just sit back and allow it to go, but you got to do the correction, do it in a loving way. Know that God loves us. Know that God loves that person that you are trying to correct, that you're trying to help out, and you ain't doing. God never gave up on us, so don't allow that to even come out of our mouths to give up on somebody else. Amen. You got to keep it on. Amen. Am I making sense, y'all? Amen. First question is, why do you think David made this oath to Saul after all Saul had done to David? This is 1 Samuel 24, 16 through 22. I believe I can't read it up here. It's kind of small printed. This is what happened with Saul. As we were just speaking earlier, how David caught Saul slipping a couple times. And that's what we said in the world today, amen. David caught Saul slipping, and Saul was up there. He was trying to hunt David down, but David ended up catching him and caught him sleeping.
Is that 1 Samuel 24?
1 Samuel 24, 16 through 22. If you have it, can you read for me? Oh, no, you got it?
I have it.
Go read for me, please.
And it came to pass, when David had made an end of speaking these words unto Saul, that Saul said, This is thy And he said to David, Thou art more righteous than I, for thou hast rewarded me good, whereas I have rewarded thee evil. And thou hast shewed this day how that thou hast dealt well with me. For as much as when the Lord had delivered me until thy hand,
Yes.
thou killest me not. I'm going to what verse?
22, last verse.
Okay. Oh, and if a man find this his enemy, will he let him go well away? Wherefore the Lord reward thee good, for thou hast done unto me this day. And now, behold, I know well that thou shalt surely be king, and that thou kingdom of Israel shall be established in thy hand. Swear now therefore unto me by the Lord, that thou wilt not cut off my seed after me, and that thou wilt not destroy my name out of thy father's house. And David swore until Saul, and Saul went home, but David and his men got them up unto the hole.
Amen. The hiding spot, basically.
Amen.
So here it is. Here's the story. You know what I'm saying? Saul was out there trying to kill David. You know what I'm saying? But here it is, David, he made a vow to him. What was it like? What he told him?
He made it put him in.
Verse 20.
And it says then,
No. Verse 21. I'm sorry. Read 21. That Saul made David swear unto him.
Swear now, therefore, unto me by the Lord, that thou wilt not cut off my seed after me, and that thou wilt not destroy my name out of my father's house.
Amen. So this man who was out trying to kill you, this man who was out trying to slander you, this man who was out trying to destroy your name, now here it is, he's asking you to swear to him, make a vow to him that you're not going to destroy his children. You know what I'm saying? And David went ahead and made that vow to him. David went ahead and told him, look, I vow to you, I make this covenant with you. I'm not going to destroy your children. Amen?
Amen.
So here it is. David's keeping his vow by sending off to get Mephibosheth. You know what I'm saying? Bringing Mephibosheth to him. He told them to go and fetch Mephibosheth and bring him back unto him. Amen? So here it is. David's honoring his vow to this man. Now the question is, why do you think David made this oath to Saul after all Saul had done to David? That's the question. Why do you think this is able for him to even do this here? Amen?
By the grace. I think because he followed God, like he had it was, okay, I'm going to use it in our terms. Even though, like we say, let's say my grandson do wrong or whatever, we still, you know what, let me help you. Let me figure out what we can do to make it better for you and your family.
Amen.
You know, instead of saying, you know what, I'm going to cut you off because you won't listen. So instead, he just wants to continue to show him what he can do to make things better for the family.
Amen. Kim.
I think also too, Saul was the king. Like, he's the person that God put as the authority
That's right.
figure for him. So even though he's wrong, Saul did a lot wrong.
Yes.
That's still the authority figure.
That's right.
Until God believes him, David still has to obey.
Amen. That's right. I love how both of y'all tied the past lessons into this lesson here. You know what I'm saying? How you tied it in, he was honoring the man of God. This is God's anointed. You know what I'm saying? This is what he's gonna show him that favor. I'm gonna do I'm still doing what you say do because you are the man of God that God chose to lead us. Amen. Amen. Cleo.
For me, like maybe David thought about, how he sinned against God and how God was merciful with him when he did wrong.
Yes.
And then he took that and thought about after, Saul may have done all of this wrong, and so did I. And who am I not to forgive him for the things that he did? And then just honoring God and staying true to God.
Amen. Beautiful. You want to say something? No? Amen. It says, do you think people take oaths as seriously today as they did in David's time? Do you think people that take that vow, I don't think, come on, let's pass this around. I'm just going to jump in, we'll pass it around. Hands, Nikhil.
I don't think so, because just the Old Testament period, they was big. They like, you do something wrong, okay, you get stoned. You do something wrong, they cut your hand off for an eye. You know, and before Jesus,
Yes.
it was deep. You know, it was.
It's still like that in some countries now.
Yeah,
Some other countries, it's still like that. You do something wrong, man, they cut your hand off.
I haven't been able to read the Bible a whole lot, so I got it on the audio book. And it started from Genesis, and I'm listening on through. And the more I'm listening, I'm like, there's no way I could have survived. Thank you, God, for Jesus. Because
Yes.
my word, I mean, the least little thing, it's like, okay, well, you don't have that ram or the first lamb, not any lamb, the best lamb to sacrifice. And then it's so detailed to where they're like, you have to do this with the liver, you have to do this with the kidney, you have to do. They meant business back then. And if you didn't do it, that's your soul. So yeah, oaths were a lot more serious to people, I think, back then, because the price was higher.
Amen. Amen, Cleo.
Just tying into what Nikhil was saying, like, I don't think it's taken serious today because nobody's fearing anything. And then just like when you think about the times today, like what's going on in our world, like you don't have a relationship with, let's say, the law to trust that if I come forward with any information, I'll be protected. So why? You know what I mean? And then nowadays, I guess too, for me, like the parents are getting younger and younger with raising children. Before it takes a village, so everybody had their hand in raising kids, and you had to respect all the adults on the block. And if you did something, if mama didn't catch you, sister so-and-so would catch you, and she had the right to discipline you and then walk you down the street and take you to whomever. Nowadays is don't touch my child, don't say nothing, you wrong, and my child is right type of thing. And so now, like oaths, when it comes to just honoring things.
Maybe. When I grew up, I always try to be a man of my word. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's all I had was my word. So if I give my word, to me that was currency. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was, man. I was just always trying to have my word be as bond. You know what I'm saying? If I say I'm gonna do something, I try my best to do it. I also was raised up to fear God. So I knew God sees everything I do. And God, I was taught that at a young age. I don't think that children today are taught to believe that, they're taught to know that, God sees everything you do. I don't care where you are, if you're in a room by yourself, God sees you. You know what I'm saying? I might not be there, but God sees you. You know what I'm saying? And when he get ready to, he will reveal to me what you're in the door. You know what I'm saying? He'll let me know what you're in the door. Amen. But that's just how it is. That's how I look. I always try to, if I say I'm going to do something, but like I said, people, it's getting to a point, even in marriages, you know what I'm saying? People they don't fear it. Like you just said, they don't fear it. They don't believe that there's no consequences. You know what I'm saying? So they don't, God don't see, you know what I'm saying? So they out here doing whatever they're going to do. They word ain't nothing. Their word is as far as you can see them. You know what I'm saying? That's how most people are today. Their word, if you can't see them, you don't know if they're doing nothing. But we all got to trust God, though. We got to trust God, trust that He's in people, that He's controlling people, that God is giving people that grace to go out and do what they say they're going to do. Amen. Giving people that grace to say if they commit themselves to something, they're going to continue on with it. Amen. We've got to trust God that God He's going to give, because just like He's giving us. Amen. Ain't nobody but God give us the grace to keep our own word, to keep our own commitments. You know what I'm saying? So here we are. Let's take the music that we got going, amen. People put their word up and say they're going to be here. You know what I'm saying? They need to, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a commitment that we all put ourselves into. It's not just that, with other things as well. Amen. We commit ourselves to do something. Let's keep our word to that. Amen. Because that all sin our sins is not just that. You know what I'm saying? And we just want to be known. I want to be known as that person. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes that's all the currency that I do have is my word. Amen. That I'm going to do something and I'm going to say I'm going to do it. Amen. Because like I said, I didn't grow up with a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? I grew up, we was a poor family. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have much. Sometimes the only thing I had was my word. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And you see, and I want people to take me for my word and to go ahead and see me as that type of person. You know what I'm saying? Because that can be currency for you. Amen? Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? Like the kid was saying, back in the Bible days, that's what people had. You mean their word was currency. If I say I'm going to come out here and I'm going to cut your grass and everything, you're going to feed my family and everything, so my word is currency, right? You're going to give me whatever I'm supposed to be receiving from you. Like, you expect me to come by and do what I said I was going to do. Amen?
I think too, like when you think about it, the world, the TV, the technology has altered and kind of influenced a lot, and that's what's taking from people like truly believing, and then now people have more of a platform to project all of these things out here, and now people are easily influenced because they may what they think have support on what they're saying, and they can find certain things in the Bible, and they take and they mix and turn it around.
Okay.
Like this day, the TV world, so much is going on the TV. Then back then, you didn't have all of that. Like, you had a few channels and you had family. Like, church was the top priority, you know what I mean, in a household. Now, it's so much more that you can do, and the world has just transformed with technology, with the media and all of that stuff. Like, now, like, church is put on the back burner, and it's not implemented in the households anymore because, again, like I said, like, the generations are starting to get younger and younger and younger. And before, like, you had Big Mom in the house, like, Saturdays, it wasn't a, oh, well, we going to do this and we going to do that. Your clothes was ready. And just think about, like, all the movies and how, like, they presented it. Like, Sundays, everybody, you was walking to church, you got there, and Sunday was family time and doing all that. Now, it's just so much to do, and, like, now everybody can just do their own thing. And if you go to church, you go to church. If not, I'm with you.
Amen. We were just talking about that. We had church this morning already. Before we got here, we had church at the restaurant. Did wife and I sit down for breakfast? We had church. You know, lady came over there, and we just started having church. Amen. We prayed for Pastor Jones called in. We had prayer going over there. We just had a good old service over there. And that's one of the things she was speaking about, how Sundays. So, I mean, a lot of people, they trying to get out having service on Sundays. They have service on Saturdays. You know, but God, in the Word of God, that's what the young lady was speaking on this morning, about how the Word of God tells us that don't let nobody put you in respectable days. You know, so whenever you find time to go out and start searching God, do that. Amen. Whether on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you may give God His time. Amen. Forsake not to assemble yourselves together as you see the day of God approaching. If you see the end time approaching, then you should more and more find yourself getting with people of God. Amen. We should find ourselves wanting to be around each other more and more as we see the days getting evil. We see the end, we're living in the last days. We should want to be around the people of God more and more and more. You know what I'm saying? Because they going through the same thing you're going through. They believe the same thing you believe in. Amen. But you are so right. I mean, the world is just, we're living in a completely different world. Amen. Pastor Angela should have been speaking about that earlier this week as well. Speaking about how her mom was she had a praying mama. And her mom wasn't going to church like we do it, but you see her mama there on her knees praying. You know what I'm saying? That's how a lot of children, they don't see this nowadays. They don't see the praying, they don't see us praying in our homes. You know what I'm saying? They don't get to see this. I'm getting back into the habit. I slipped off of it. You know what I mean? I'm getting back into the habit of praying in the Spirit. You know what I'm saying? It's so important for us to pray in the Spirit. Allow the Holy Spirit to just pray through you. You know what I'm saying? Just allow the Holy Spirit to just speak and just allow Him to have His way through you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do this. Amen. Do it in your home. Do it in your bathtub. Do it while you just sit still. You know what I'm saying? Do it so that it's so much going on. The Holy Spirit, He's talking to God on your behalf, and there's so much going on that it needs to take place. Amen. I'm getting back into that myself. Because it's real important. Amen. The Word of God says to daily be filled with the Spirit. This is something we need to start doing. Be filled with the Spirit every chance we get. Amen. Get in that word. Allow our children to see us on it. Amen. Take them into the word with us. Amen. My grandkids, they get in the car with me. They're like, why y'all listen to church music, Papa? Hey, this is how I'm being filled. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I do. I listen to it. And even though they're saying it to me, they're singing the songs that come on because they're hearing it so much. Amen. Keeping an oath between two living people is honorable. But what David's honored when he kept his oath to Jonathan even after death. Amen. I mean, it was, what type of honor was that? I mean, he gave, even when this man is dead and gone, he still showed him that he's going to keep his word with this man. Amen. That's how it is. Like I said, sometimes people, they keep their word with you as far as you can see them. But I mean, you got to learn how to keep your word with people even when they're not around. You know what I'm saying? I made a vow to the Lord. Amen. That's the song I was going to sing this morning. It's an old school song. So I made a vow to the Lord, and I won't take it back. Amen. Because that's what we all made a vow to. Yes. Amen. We made a vow to God. You know what? I'm going to allow you to be the Lord of my life. Amen. I'm going to allow you to lead me. I'm going to allow the Holy Spirit to lead and guide me. Amen. And that's what we're doing. And we're going to allow the Holy Spirit to just have his way, let him guide us and everything. And don't take it back. Amen. Listen, don't take it back. Realize that you got your hands on the plow, that you're walking this walk, that you're talking this talk, that you're living this life. There's tests going to come. There's trials going to come. There's situations going to come. There's people going to come that try to talk to you and get you to turn back. Amen. Your own self is going to try to get you to stop doing what God is giving you to do. Amen. But you got to realize that, you know what? I made a vow to God, and there ain't nothing else going to stop me from turning around and going back. I'm going to keep on moving. I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to keep on striving no matter what comes about. Amen. I tell you, because you're going to feel like throwing in the towel sometimes. Amen. You're going to feel like just walk away sometimes. But you know what? I can't. I being a parent, I can't never stop being a parent. I mean, I'm going to be a parent no matter what. I mean, my kids, they grown and gone, but I'm still their parent. I'm still involved in the children's life. They say they need me. I might want to throw in the towel and say, no, I'm not going to go get them kids. But I'm going to go do it, man, because I'm a parent. And I made a vow. You understand what I'm saying? I just stop laughing.
And just like for me, and especially like with me being in the class, like when the test comes, it's like for me it's confirming that I'm on the right path and I'm in alignment with God. Because for me, when I'm not, I guess when I'm not being tested, that's when I kind of question like, am I doing the right thing? And then when that test comes, like, okay, you trying to take me off my square because you see me moving and you see me pushing more than I have lately, or even at times more than I have ever before. So now it's like, okay, so you trying this trick so you can't get to me. So now you start using people around me to, try to knock me off my square just to take me. So sometimes like we just gotta remember, like, even in the midst of that test, when we're being hit like that, to keep pushing forward,
Yes.
and that means that you are in alignment with God, and you're doing what God has for you to do at that moment. So you just gotta keep pushing, because when you overcome and you make it to the finish line with that test, and you come out, then it's rewarding to even see the aftermath of everything that you just went through.
Yes.
Kind of like a car wash. When you go through, when you first start, you're dirty, and then you're going through that whole process, and then when you get to the end, after hitting the air dryer, you get most of the car dry, and you see your car, and you're like, man, that looks good.
Amen. 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 As I look back over my life, and I think things over. Amen. You gotta keep on pressing on. It says, do you think it is honorable and necessary to pay off all your debt and become debt free? Wow.
We'll always be in debt. You'll never be debt free, because you always, even if you have a mortgage, you'll always have something to pay. You'll never be debt. Gas, lights. You know what I'm saying? You'll always have some type of debt, but to have it at a minimum, to where every month you're on square, that'd be a beautiful thing. But we'll always be in debt. Always.
Okay. I'm trying to think of, because I mean, we took all the different classes, man. I think Rachel, another class I go to. Institutional, financial institution class. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to remember how they said it about debt-free, what the word, the term debt-free means. You know what I'm saying? Because like you just said, we always gonna have debt. You know what I'm saying? But it's getting ahead of the debt that you do have. You know what I'm saying? You up to date with the debt that you do have. So that's what we mean. Or like sometimes we fall behind. You know what I'm saying? Fall way behind. Sometimes I remember a time when I was like, forget that bill. I mean, forget certain bills. We made bills and we just didn't care about that bill. Amen. Do you think it is honorable and necessary to pay off all your debt and become debt free? Amen. Amen. You gotta put your should when we get credit cards, we should keep those credit card payments up. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't have them. We should get to a point where we pay everything cash. But I mean, we should be current with everything. Amen. We should be current with the rent. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't fall behind. They wait to pay their bills and everything, but they can't go pay their bill or mortgage or whatever because we ain't paying their money. So we should be current with everything. Amen. So yes, it is honorable. I'm sorry, Phil. I said what you're supposed to say.
No, when you said being able to pay, basically going paying cash. One of my coworkers, like we've been talking about like budgeting and becoming debt free to where like we don't have all of these balances sitting there. And she was telling me about a guy that's on YouTube talking about if you go get a car and you're paying basically a car note, you can't really afford that car because you can't go to the car lot and pay that car off in cash.
Right.
So when it becomes like when it say debt free, meaning like we got money saved and when we need to go get something, we can just pay it off in cash. Not necessarily meaning that we won't have any debt because we still got to pay for the electricity, like that's a given. But when you think of debt free, being able to look at an account and money, you work a job and money hit the account and you won't even realize like, oh, today payday because you got money sitting in the account and it won't make a difference. Whereas like now it's like, ooh, payday, hurry up.
Right.
I'm getting low on my funds and stuff like that, but just learning to begin to save and not touch that money and live within our means. Like, sometimes when we get cars, like, man, I'm tired of this car, I'm ready to go get a new car, a newer version, this. That same money, like, if you got a car paid off, stay in that car as long as you can, and the money that you were going to use for a car payment, you could save that money, and then when you're ready to go buy a car, you could take that money, that car note money that you took and save. Now you can go to the car lot with cash and say, I got this much cash, and then now you got a car paid off, and you don't have any debt with going to get that. So that's what's necessary. We don't have financial literacy, especially in classes.
I think we need to do that. I think we need to put together some financial literacy classes. Just like we do on the music, we need to have somebody come in and do that with the finances as well. Have somebody come in and just, because I can even improve in a whole lot of spots myself. I can improve in a whole lot of places with my finances. And I believe that's something we can all do. Amen. I believe that's ministry. Amen. I believe when people come into the ministry, I believe we're supposed to be not just ministering to their soul, but we're supposed to minister to the people as well. Amen. And helping people get straight financially is ministering to the people. Amen. Helping people with the music. Amen. People with the desire to be involved in music class, everything that's helping them. Amen. To evolve. So helping those financially help them to evolve as well. Amen.
Like, I just went to the Naka thing Saturday, but you know how they give you the worksheet, the daily worksheet, and you see how much money you spend just daily with coffee, gas, all of that stuff. Like if you just start tracking and seeing how much unnecessary money you spend just there alone, like you can begin to free yourself up. Like, man, how can I go to the store and buy these things instead of going to Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks, all of this stuff, spending that money. So even just starting just like the daily expense sheet and doing that, because that, when I sat there, I was like, dang, like.
Yep. All the waste. Evangeline, you trying to say something? Amen. The last question. How hard is it to show grace to someone who is unworthy? Is this not what David did to Saul? Amen.
all over. I do it often. I get trampled over, I get ran over, they stomp on me, and then they help me up, and then they stomp on me again, and no matter what, I still show them grace. I have to say that that's a gift from God. Even though no matter what I go through, I still show people grace. It's hard, but we do it. And the question is it not what David did to Saul? And I have to say yes, that's what he did. But God gives us that ability no matter what we go through to show the next person grace, because he gives us grace every day that we mess up. And we mess up every day. You know what I'm saying? If not within an hour, within minutes. You know what I'm saying? Just that thought, just that negative thought that we have. I think about it often. I'll be on that bus and somebody cut me off and I'll be like, oh, I hope we crash into a truck. You know what I'm saying? And I have to be like real quick, like, God forgive me for that third man. You know what I'm saying? But that's how simple your sin can be and not even realize, but then God right then and there covers you from somebody running into you. And that's that grace, you know, come on. So we also have to give people that same grace that God gives us. And I think that's why I do it often. How hard is it? It's hard, but we get what I can do. You know?
Go ahead, sir.
I have a question. Is there like a point where you should stop? Like just cut people off?
Just come on.
Oh, Jesus.
We were just talking this last week.
Yesterday, last
This last
I
week.
would say
That was your last
yesterday.
Sunday.
Oh, Lord.
What was the lesson about last Sunday?
Peace. Oh, you got this.
Peacemaker, right.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're afraid to keep your peace.
You gotta cut some folks off.
Sometimes you gotta leave people alone. You gotta come along and stop your alone because you're trying to keep peace.
I'll give you an example. I have 9 siblings. It's 8 siblings, me, 8, 9, 9. And it's 3 baby moms, my dad had, okay? One said, it was us first, it was 3. Then I'm getting to a punchline with this, okay? It was us, my dad had 3, and then the next family, he had 3, and then the next one, 1, and then 1, and then 1, okay? So the ones that were under us, my father stayed married to their mother for years, okay? My baby sister is maybe 7 or 8 years younger than me, okay? But they was, I call it privilege, because they had their mom and their dad in the same house, and I want to tell you they only lived 2 blocks from us. I'm just saying. So, as we grew up, we never grew up in church. We didn't go to church, we didn't do church, we didn't do any of that, okay? And once we got older, I didn't get saved until I was, 40, maybe 40 years old, okay? God began to change me from my sisters. Now, we all smoked, we all drank back in the days because we didn't know no better, okay? We didn't know no better, we did things that we weren't supposed to do because we didn't know no better, okay? As God changed me, he began to shift me from my sisters who's still in the world. And some of them were even, I found out, were going to church with their grandmother on their mother's side. So they kind of knew the word, but they still did what they did, okay? When I married my husband and we started going to church, it began to make a shift in me, okay? So they're still doing what they're doing, but God began to do something new in me. So he removed me from my sisters. Now, remember this. They're still my sisters. We never said step anything. They're still my sisters, okay? So, I love them enough to keep myself away from them so that I don't go back to what I used to do. And or to where they are, and they don't bring me to where they are. I'm trying to draw them to me, not me drawing to them. So when I say that to say that there is a point where you can cut a person off, and I'm using family as an example because it can be done. Because even though you still love them and you're still related to them, you can cut them off. I don't have to hang with you, but I still love you. You understand? You may have done me wrong, but I still love you. I don't have to hang with you. I don't have to be with you. I don't have to talk to you on the regular. Now, on the telephone, I may talk to my sister once every 6 months, just on social. If something's happening at my dad's house, we don't play no games, we come out there, we come together, deal with all stuff to the side, you understand? My daddy raised us as a family, as a unit, not as separate. We all came together, family picnics, every year, everything, okay? So we never said step or half or none of that, okay? So I cut her off, but I still love her. So if she said to me right now she needed me, I'm running. You understand? If she said she needed my money, I'm giving it. You understand? But for me to do social, we don't do social. So it is, and it is possible to cut people off, and yet still love them.
Amen.
And even when it comes to friends, and I don't mean to go any further, but I'm trying to get you to understand, you with me? And even when it comes to friends, I have a friend, my best friend, and I ain't gonna go long to the story, she's been my best friend from before who I used to be to who I am today, okay? And I said yesterday to Aaliyah, I don't understand why I still call her my best friend, because we're in two different worlds, okay? But I still consider her to be my best friend. Now, she lives on the south side, I live on the north side. The last time I seen her was for her birthday in August. And the last time before that, somebody had passed away. Do you understand what I'm saying? But if she called me and said she needed me, I'm going running. But because God got me here and she's there, we're in two different places. But I still love her. And that is, and I'm gonna have to look up, I told Aaliyah yesterday, I'm gonna have to look up the definition, what a best friend is, because I don't think she's that person. But I still consider her to be that person, but I need to know for myself that this is just mine.
Right.
And I don't wanna say, friend, because we don't change, we don't do mistakes, but she's been a long time friend. So it's possible, did you get an understanding out of this story? Did it help you? You did, for real, yeah. It wasn't too long, no, okay, good, okay.
Okay, go back to the 1 Samuel 24:22. And David swore unto Saul, and Saul went home, and David and his men got them up unto the hole. Remember that verse?
Yes.
They went two separate ways. Even though David told him, I'm gonna remember your children, he showed him that grace, David still went his own way. You know what I'm saying? They ain't go home together.
Right.
They went two separate directions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Saul went his way, David went his way. So you show him that grace? Okay. Let me close this up. We all know the whole armor of God. We all got to learn how to put the whole armor of God. Amen. Because that's what grace is. I'm going to also read, let's go back to Psalms 119. Y'all wasn't here. Me and my wife was going for this earlier. Me, my wife, my little clip came in. It was talking about hey, the fifth, that's what grace is, man. The biblical numeric number for grace is 5. Now, 5 is the fifth alphabet in the Hebrew language as well. Hey. It's it could be a number 5, or this also means, like I said, biblically, numerically, the number means grace. So I want to read in Psalms 119, this is hey, and 119, okay? Teach me, O Lord, the way of thy statutes, and I shall keep it unto the end. Give me understanding, and I shall keep thy law. Yea, I shall observe it with my whole heart. Make me to go in the path of thy commandments, for this is what he says then. He says, make me to go in the path of thy commandments, for therein do I delight. Incline my heart unto thy testimonies, and not to covetousness. Turn away mine eyes from beholding vanity, and quicken